But
Hey, just real quick though, how often do you see guys get the first full hour of Monday Night Raw?
I
That's rare.
know that was, and it was
They
a
got the
good
full
match.
hour. It was.
So
Bad for Gabe, man.
well,
I hope they're not left out. But anyway,
we'll go from there a little bit, because just the two of us. Why not?
yeah.
Because we got it. First of all, we should probably talk about Revolution, because and again, I'm not going to go match by match or whatever.
I mean, Revolution was Revolution, but Dynamite last night was absolutely.
We got to. You got to go chronologically, man.
I know, but my God, man, like you would talk about. Revolution seems so distant now.
I'm a little bit more down on some of the Dynamite stuff, but we'll get to that. But okay. It's nitpicky stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, the Kingston Jericho match, which essentially was just to set up what happened on Dynamite. You had the Baker Thunder Rosa match, which is basically just setting up next week's match, which is just crazy. I don't want to say that Adam Squared was just to set up the next Adam Squared match, because okay, it's a title feud, so obviously, and you have it's weird when I know we haven't exactly been the most positive about Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus's title reign, but at the same,
I've been fine with it. I know you guys aren't. You guys aren't very excited.
No, I'm. It's the same thing with Paige, although I think they're doing a better job with Paige. It's always more exciting when the babyface is chasing the championship, and then once they get it, you run into the problem of like what happened to Big E. Where you just start hitting like booking wall after booking wall. Whereas with Hangman, they're actually kind of like leaning into he got it, but now can he hold it? Kind of thing. So they're telling that story, I think, a lot better than they are, say, like with Jurassic Express, who were the least important part of their own title defense.
See, I'm gonna disagree with you with the Hangman thing, in the extent where, like, I don't look at it as Hangman holding on to the title. I feel like, at least in this initial part, right now with his title reign with Adam Squared, the more intriguing story is what happens with Cole and the Bucks and Red Dragon, which you saw more dissension on Dynamite. But I feel like that's more of the story that people really want to see than, okay, who's Adam Page going to fight?
Right, but they're still telling a story of him trying to build it, like, because nobody thought he deserved it. And now that he's got it, he's still trying to prove himself, and he's also trying to do some of the locker room leader stuff, with the whole like calling Dante Martin back to the ring, which was a point they made, I think, on Wrestle Talk, where they were talking about like that's the first time he's really done something like that. Plus, you've got
but still, it's Dante Martin who gets rubs every damn week. It's the same as
but you're getting it from Hangman, who's not known for that kind of thing. But now that he's champ, he's stepping into it a little bit. I mean, it's all part of the on-screen thing, where they know that Hangman isn't the strongest champ, like on paper. He's super over. He's really popular. People like him. He's damn good in the ring. But when you think, oh, who's going to carry AEW? He's like usually like 9th or 10th on the list, because there's so many other bigger, more proven personalities ahead of it. And so they're leaning into it and watching him. They're actually kind of like slow playing him getting into that role, which is why I don't think he loses the title to Cole, no matter how many times I wrestle in this particular chapter of their feud. And plus with the dissension with the Dark Order, him picking Jurassic Express, whereas Jurassic Express, they get the belts and they're, say what you want about like Luchasaurus and messing up moves and whatnot. I don't care. I've always like found him to be. Like the pros way outweigh the cons when it comes to him.
Absolutely.
But you know, they were still the least important part of their own title defense, and that bothers me. Like if let's say Red Dragon, or not even that, let's say that was the three of them and it was a number one contenders match, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm way more okay with whatever whatever those two are doing, whatever Jurassic Express is doing. I almost said the Lucha Brothers because my brain farted. That being the least important part of that story, and them just kind of being there and still doing exciting things to be the babyface team in there, I'm okay with that. But when they're the champs, the champ needs to be the most important, or at least feel like the most important part of that match's story. Even if it's to serve a bigger part of the story, it's almost like it was like, hey, how are these two going to coexist? Oh, and by the way, the champs are here. And that bothered me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just me. So, okay. And so, I mean, you know, Revolution, there was a lot of stuff going on. Like the Jericho Kingston match was really good. I thought the Punk MJF match was fantastic.
It really was. And, you know, I'll give Punk credit because I don't like, you know, Punk.
Well, Curry's not here.
Yeah, but it don't matter. That's not a Curry thing. That's a me thing. I'm not a fan. But that match was just it was violent, man. It really was.
Yeah. And like that good time.
Yeah. You know, the Wardlow stuff to me.
Yeah. That ladder match was great.
Well, the Wardlow screwing over MJF-ish at Revolution, I didn't really like that a lot because it was just so like ticky-tacky. But fast forward to Dynamite, Wardlow's promo, in a very promo-heavy Dynamite, but Wardlow...
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah, Wardlow stood out to me, and that was excellent.
It's weird because it almost seemed like, and I don't know exactly, because I know WWE does seasons, you know, because television always, that's just how they reset things. But I almost felt like Revolution was like the season finale, and Dynamite was like, you know, and it left a lot more questions than answers, where normally your big pay-per-view or premium live event is supposed to answer the questions leading up to it, like traditional. But this time it almost felt like every time they answered a question, it raised a new one, even though it's not really so much a question. But every time they shored up or ended a plot line, it started another one.
Well, let me ask you this: with the because it was obviously the definite reset.
By the way, I'm doing the Phillies Cup because baseball's back officially.
Yeah, 99-day lockout is over, and I dig it. Speaking,
I still won't care until July. Go ahead.
Speaking of your Philly sports, Brooklyn's beating the shit out of the Sixers right now. So
I give it time. It's not halftime yet.
Well, that's like the biggest. You know, they said that was the most sought after Philadelphia 76ers taken in the last 10 years, which is nonsense because any logical basketball fan knew Ben Simmons wasn't going to play tonight.
Yeah, I know. But they just wanted to throw stuff at him. And by the way, I'm pretty sure the Sixers 5-1 since the Harden trade, and I think they've trailed at halftime every single game. So I'm not worried about it till halftime. I mean, that's true of any basketball game. I don't care what the score is until the beginning of the third quarter.
No, it don't matter. 2 minutes left, you can be down 15 and you still come back.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway,
so the thing I wanted to ask, with the reset, what you thought was, because when you do that, all right, and now it feels like this time of year, and I said it before about how Tony Khan's prompting this road to revolution, road to WrestleMania, there's that similarity. So do you feel like the reset thing time frame at this time of year is just a good thing because it's you're kind of catering to all wrestling fans in the sense, or do you feel like they're kind of just piggybacking off of what WWE does.
Actually, it almost seems to me like they had a lot of storylines going, and they know where the storylines are going to end, what they're going to build them towards. And Tony Khan realized, oh shit, we got to get moving on this stuff. And he kind of like hit the fast forward button on a couple of them. Like the Wardlow stuff, I thought that was going to be a lot more of a slow burn than it was, even though, like, and if you watch it, started out as a slow burn and then just out of nowhere, he's just like, nah, and so I think they realized that they wanted to get to a certain point, and he realized that if he did this, it was going to.
Popo? Did Popo shit on the floor?
Just because you heard the cult of personality thing?
No, I didn't hear that at all. That didn't come over.
Oh no, that was Coco texting me. He said he'll be on in a little bit. He said he'll be on for the second one, but I may there may not be a second one because this one might still just keep going. Because I haven't even gotten the you only have 10 minutes left thing. So
yeah.
But yeah, so with that's, I'm not saying that that's what I necessarily think happened, but that's the feeling that I'm getting, is that suddenly a lot of these storylines are getting rushed. Like we're rushing right back into another Adam Cole match. We're rushing right in. Well, the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker thing, I think, was the sense that I got, and from watching other wrestling YouTubes and stuff, they kind of came to the same conclusion, is that they realized that they had an event coming up in Thunder Rosa's hometown, so they had Britt retain. I think the original plan was for Thunder Rosa to go over at Revolution, and then somewhere in the build-up, they're like, or maybe we just do it 2 weeks later.
Yeah, very possible.
Might have even been her.
Yeah, San Antonio next week. Yeah. And it makes sense with the cage, to try to limit outside interference. But now, last night on Dynamite, they introduced, Red Velvet and some other stuff where it's like, oh, okay, Thunder Rosa has a little reinforcements, some friends. So, I mean, I know, though, just because they're doing the hometown thing, the hometown shtick, it does not seem like it's a guarantee that Thunder Rosa gets that title finally.
No, but I think there's probably a couple of things in play, and again, I'm making assumptions. God, I hate this phone sometimes. Where one is
gotta upgrade from the Razor one day, bud.
Hold on, just join the first one.
Bitch.
Anyways, and I'm gonna move this away because I think, but I have a feeling, one, Britt hasn't really had any time off, so I think she probably do, and two, she's gonna eventually get it back, or maybe they want to send somebody after, maybe they want another heel to go, after, because while Britt Baker has been fantastic, in her role as the top heel champ, it's kind of run its course, and I think the audience can sense it. She's not getting the pops she used to, all this stuff.
And the thing is, you're not getting the pops you used to. Well, there's two reasons for that. One, you're saying about heel champ, and that's true. Now you have another heel champ in Jade Cargill, who is getting better every day. Revolution showed that. That was definitely a positive match. We talked about that during the show. How much I actually really enjoyed Jade Cargill's match. I'm really enjoying her character. I think she's getting super, super comfortable. She's living it. She's feeling it. Kudos to Jade.
By the way, I think she has an almost perfect manager, because he's not so overbearing.
Yeah.
That the
draw from her.
Yeah. but he's not so overbearing that he's annoying. He's not like, crazy Jimmy Hardy or anything like that. So
it looks like this reminds me of like those old AOL chat rooms back from like 98 where like a pervert just randomly joins.
All I gotta say is Captain Charisma is here. Here to inject the charisma into this wonderful podcast. Let's go. What are we talking about?
Well, so
we're talking about your old gimmick as the fat chick Thriller. That's what we're
we're actually, this would be a good time to all right, let me snooze this one for now. With the we just got done talking about Revolution. I wanted to make a few points about Raw. Because we already touched on the fact that they gave the triple threat tag team match like the entire first hour.
Hands down, best triple threat tag team matches of all time.
It was a lot of fun, and I do think the right team went over.
Yeah, I'm still mind blown by the Hurricane Rana into the. This is Ash, by the way.
Oh, we just got a new dog.
Oh, nice.
Little baby.
So
Blaze is in love.
The Hurricane Rana into the German suplex, like that, hands down. And Goldie and I both said it at the same time. Holy shit!
Oh, you're talking about the Revolution triple threat.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking.
Papa was talking about Raw. They had
that.
Otis and Gable, RK Bro, and Rollins and Owens go for the first hour. But you're right though. That fucking Hurricane Rana German suplex spot was sick.
Yeah, and then
weird spots all the time, but damn it, that popped me, man.
And what's funny is that like on Raw, like nothing else happened until Owens challenged Austin, and still that was lame.
Yeah.
So all right, so we covered Raw. So let's I mean there really wasn't a whole lot else. So we'll talk about Dynamite. And I got a text message from Shez when he was telling me that he wouldn't be able to make it tonight. He was like, and he ended with, and by the way, Eddie Kingston's my new favorite wrestler.
I've been saying, I am so glad that guy's finally getting the respect he deserves. Because yes, he's an asshole. There's no way around it. But he's not an asshole. He just speaks his mind. And it's refreshing to see somebody who does it without being told, hey, here's your gimmick. It's not a gimmick. It's real life.
So
I love Eddie.
So Coco Melon, I don't know if you actually saw the promo he went on last night, but you did get to see it? Okay.
Yeah.
When he choked up and he talked about those people at FanFest, he said the 4 people at FanFest that came up and said, I was going to end myself until I read your Players Tribune. Like, I believe that shit 100%.
Well,
who came up and said that to him. Because, I mean, we all read the Players Tribune article. It was wonderfully written. It was wonderfully done. And, like, I 100% believe, like, everything that was coming out of his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, I'm not the biggest Eddie Kingston guy in the world because I feel like a lot of times his promos are obviously great, but when he hits them, it's like it's always like deep, like personal. And sometimes when you do it every time, it's kind of like, is it? That shit was real last night, and that was like it hit you, And like I said, him choking up, looking at Jericho saying that shit, like I believe it 100%, and it was just wonderfully done.
What I like about Eddie Kingston and his promo style is that he just comes out real all the time. And the one thing he said, like I was watching, I think it was when he did Renee Paquette's podcast. And he said, all I do is I think of one thing, just one thing that I really want. Like, that's just my talking point. And he said, like Mox, the biggest thing that he had with Moxley was, you left me. You left me behind. You left I was your ride or die. I was your bet, and you left me. You sold out, and then he just used that to spin out more and more and more. And that's last night. Even when the one thing that I took notice to wasn't just the fact of those 4 people are the reason I do this. Those 4 people are the reason why. It's when him and Jericho right at the end before the whole 2.0 comes out, when he bows, as soon as Jericho and him shake hands, like that just proves to me yet again, this dude's not a gimmick. He's real. He's genuine. He believes and he feels. And the one thing is you can't deny it. He's been doing it for 20 years. The man loves pro wrestling. He loves wrestling. And that's that breath of fresh air. That's a guy that somebody, like, in all honesty, he deserves a title before he's done. He deserves it.
I feel like kind of title? I feel like it would be a tag title at this point. I don't know if he'll win a singles title. Just because of how everything's been lining up.
Yeah. But I think
he titles, they're more like younger, like original AEW guys.
Yeah. But you could put him with the TNT title. You know, have something. Because, you know, Garcia is going to end up getting the singles push. Obviously, he's the singles guy. But even if it's just something like that, I don't care if you give it to him like you gave it to Cody. You gave it to Cody for a couple of weeks, then you lost it again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. That man deserves a title. Because you can't say he's homegrown because fans have known him forever. But the AEW fans and the way they took to Eddie Kingston, even with the outpouring that came out after his match with Cody with no fans, where fans are literally like, get him signed, sign him, sign him, sign him. He's just a guy that connects. And I don't know if there's anybody else that quite connects the way he has over the last, I'd say, last couple of months. The fans have really been vocal about Eddie.
Well, just to add on to that segment last night, Jericho is honestly like the master of the swerve to me, man. Like
the way he played
I did not see that coming. It just oozed that holy shit from, you know, the Festival of Friendship from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Where like you just did not see it coming. They played it off so well with Garcia and 2.0 throwing him down. He's holding his neck. The announcers played it off.
Yeah, but if you watch when they came out and when 2.0 and Garcia jump in the ring, right? Garcia goes right at Eddie. Parker and Lee go right after Jericho. Yeah. But if you watch it, when Lee pushes him down to the mat and Parker's like grabbing at him or something like that, you could tell it was like, here it comes. I just got that instant feeling. I'm like, here it comes. Because it was
I didn't get that. And that was part of the commentators because they're playing off the Jericho bad neck. Jericho playing off his neck. Right. You know, it was part of the thing where, you know, that just did it. And I did not see that coming, man. And then, you know, just to add on to it, when they're all in the ring and then Hager comes out and you don't know what Hager's going to do. So now he's got some splaining to do, you know, as far as following Jericho and doing what he did. But, man, what an awesome segment.
Oh, yeah. That power bomb scared the crap out of me, though. I'm not even going to lie about that.
Ooh.
It was I couldn't tell if he got his feet caught up on the ropes and that was what it was or what. But when he went to powerbomb him, I'm just going, oh. And then you see him, he caught it right on the top of the shoulders.
Yeah, it was short.
Like he got his hands up, which was good, saved himself. But man, that was a real close one. But I'm actually excited. I want to see what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, me too.
And then the other big news. I mean, okay, fine. Scorpio Sky won a belt, but Paige Van Zant's all elite.
Absolutely. She went from Knuckle Mania, some bare knuckle fighting to, you know, hopefully beating the shit out of Ty Conti.
The only UFC fighter, female, the only UFC female fighter that matters in professional wrestling today.
Oh, shut up.
Right.
No. Back because you know what though? Ronda Rousey fills seats.
Bullshit.
He's a draw. She's a draw.
Ronda Rousey only wrestles
Paige-
at Mania
Good.
and SummerSlam and Royal Rumble, which are your 4 premium live events. They're going to fill.
During her first run, she was on every pay-per-view from WrestleMania to WrestleMania. So 1, screw that. And 2,
These have been sold out for 3 months.
Paige Van Zant's going to end up having probably a much better regarded career because she's probably there's a good chance she's going to be better in the ring. She's a natural heel, so she's going to play very well at that. But Ronda Rousey is a box office draw, and it's been proved. And the numbers back it up. I don't particularly care. I liked Ronda's initial run, most of it. Towards the end of it, not as much. But
the numbers back it up. Listen to you.
Yeah, because
she's on pay-per-views. They're all sold out.
Because these little there's a reason why Vince always brings in these guys like Bad Bunny, and Logan Paul and whatever, because it brings in the casual fans, because that's where the WWE fans are going to be watching anyways. The WWE fans are going to be buying tickets anyways, and it's it's the same thing in AEW. If you're already watching, you're already a fan, and all that. It's the trying to grow the audience and
Watching the Board of Kings.
Well, all I hope is Paige Van Zant beats the shit out of Ty Conti.
Yes, there's that.
Last night
and
was
here's
just awful.
What was awful?
And I hope Sammy runs his mouth, shot on by Paige's boyfriend, and he gets roughed up in the middle of the ring.
So, by the way,
She's married.
That match between
no, I know that. I know Paige Van Zant's married. I'm saying I said boyfriend. I hope her husband comes in and buffs up Sammy Guevara when he tries to get slick and tries to maybe shoot or something in the middle of it.
So, by the way, that match between Scorpio Sky and Sammy Guevara was really good. I thought that was a lot of fun. When he put himself through that table, like what was that? Like 2 minutes into the match, I was like, oh, this could be one of those nights.
Yeah.
Scorpio Sky never has bad matches. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Never. And listen, I really wish for the life of me that I could find those DVDs from Wrestling Society X when he came out with the high school plaques.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you lost
You
them?
know what I mean? Like, I want to get those signed. I want to get a sign made and go to Philly and just hold it up and be like, Scorp, you'll always be my high school hero or whatever. Just something stupid.
Did you lose those in the move?
No, I think I might have them somewhere. I'm going to have to pull them out.
Because I gave them back to you.
What's that?
I said I gave them back to you. I know.
Yeah, I got to pull them out. I know I have them somewhere. But I mean,
classic.
Oh my God, yes. And DIFH. Oh, it's when Seth Rollins was powerful.
Yeah.
But
no, you're right, Scorp, man, with his matches. And I'll tell you what, like him getting this belt now, I dig it because it makes that Lambert stable and Men of the Year, a little more fun. It gives him a little bit more reputation. And like, it's always fun when, dude, now that he's got something that they can really talk shit about and rub it in the face of all the fans and this and that, we beat your boy Sammy Guevara, yeah.
Right. I think the fans are turning on Sammy, though. I really do. I think there's a slight turn because I think like what I complained about when we were watching the pay-per-view. I'm sorry. I get it. Great. I'm happy. You're a young kid. You're in love. Good for you. For God's sakes, stop shoving Ty Conti down everybody's throat. Stop. I don't care. I don't want to spend because his vlog or vlog, whatever you want to call it, was actually tolerable. because they did fun stuff. Like the backstage, you felt like the guys were all connected. Griff Garrison and Fuego and all those guys. And now it's moved away from like, look how much fun we're having doing what we love, to now, oh my God, my head's so far up my Brazilian girlfriend's ass, I can't breathe.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you're just trying to get back at the Twitterverse for everybody making fun of you because of, how everything all went down. But it's like, dude, it bothers the shit out of me how everybody on Twitter, and wrestlers are, obviously notorious for this. They get so butthurt about what everybody says. Like, Twitter is not real. Twitter is not real at all. Like, most people don't really give a shit, But like you said, all that attention because you're constantly, now it's like, oh, we got to get back at everybody. I'm going to throw it in everybody's face how I'm in love. I got my girlfriend and this and that. It's like, I'm with you. It's like, a majority of people really are either indifferent. Most people are indifferent. Like, most people really don't give a fuck.
I don't care about your personal life.
No.
I don't care about your personal life. The reason I like watching those, all the AEW ones, is seeing how much fun those guys are having doing something that we all love.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
technically, Sammy and Tay Connie are doing that as well. Just, it's like seeing that they seem to be having a lot of fun, and we all kind of like hanging out with our, significant others. So, I mean, it's all the same thing.
The unfortunate thing is, since we no longer have Roads to the Top as like the reality,
probably the closest we're gonna get.
Yeah, Sammy and Tay Conti might have their new fucking YouTube channel or something. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I love. She has been the one female since the beginning of COVID when she got brought in to now. I feel like she has progressed the furthest along. She has more solid in the ring. Her work, I mean, from NXT to when she first walked in, she was great, but she's putting in the work. She's actually putting on great matches. That match against Jade, was there missed spots? Sure there was, because Jade's great. But she carried that match, and you could tell she has gotten solid over the last, they're called on the chair. They're moving the chair. Gotta love having a muscle-bound pit bull in the house. She's gotten solid.
Pitbull's not used to living in zoos, so.
Well,
This is the best damn zoo you ever saw.
she's a year old, and we're fostering her to see if we're going to end up adopting her. So, but anyway, you see the whole table just move? Jesus. Anyway, Ty Conti is by far, in my opinion, she deserves the most improved award. And she might even just be one of the ones that you could say deserves to be there for the AEW Female Wrestler of the Year. I'd put her name up there. I'd put her up there with Britt, and I'd put her up there with Thunder Rosa, without question.
No, I mean, yeah, you're definitely right. Like, she was given a spotlight this last year, and she really has taken it, and ran with it. Because, but now, a lot of the other AEW women don't get that consistent spotlight. There's only a handful of them. And, and again, to Ty's credit, she has gotten a consistent spotlight. She's earned it. Like you said, she's putting in the work, putting in hellish good matches.
Right.
Now, obviously, she's lost matches to both women's champions. So that leaves, a little bit to be said about what's going next. But, like, you look at a lot of these other girls, like, they haven't had that consistent spot. Sheeta, Anna Jay, Statlander, who else? Red Velvet, Layla, Nyla Rose, Julia Hart. Well, yeah, ever since she got blinded, but no, like a lot of these women, there's no consistent spotlight. Bunny.
Right. We talked about it before.
Yeah. We talked about Allie when she first got signed, and it's not like she hasn't had anything to do. It's just that, and again, you can't give everybody a push all the time. They're there's a lower mid card and a mid card for a reason, you know. And,
I'm not talking about a push. I'm talking about
a
presence.
Yeah.
Right.
And
right. I mean, Anna Jay got injured, and now she has kind of fallen back to the back of the line.
But they've done a pretty good job of rotating, because like Ruby Soho came in and, you know, high profile match and everything else, and now she's kind of back of the line, still having, you know, and she's wrestling on Dark. You know, they kind of did it a little bit with Cole. Cole came in and he had some high profile spots, and then he kind of wasn't on TV as much, at least not in the ring, and was wrestling on Dark. And then,
he injured Jake Atlas because he
injured Jake Atlas because he's so awesome.
No, I'm just talking about Jake Atlas injured himself.
What's he ever chanting?
Ruby Ver. Oh my God! You guys want? Never mind.
Are you chanting for Peter Avalon?
No. PPA all day, baby. That hair.
Is that a TNA thing?
I think so.
That'll get you muted.
By the way, so back on Dynamite, what did you think about the Workhorsemen?
I'll tell you what. Lost. Yeah, they lost, but to give, and that's a credit to AEW. Everybody that gets matches, that gets TV time, there's very limited squash matches, and to go Ryan and Mox, you know, who are probably going to be the most celebrated tag team here for the next 3 months.
Right.
You know, with Regal in the corner, they put on a good show. They really did.
But think about their tag division now, because you've got the Regal Express. I don't know, whatever they end up calling themselves. You know, you've still got the Young Bucks. You've still got FTR. I know how much you love them. You've still got Red Dragon. You've still got Jurassic Express. You know, and now, you know, you've kind of made, you know, you brought up the Workhorsemen. You're giving them something to do, you know, and I was getting to that. And now you've got you still got Santana and Ortiz,
right?
You know,
House of Black.
You've still got the
House of Black.
Yeah, House of Black. But and you've still got the TM61 or whatever they call themselves. And then 2.0. There are all those NXT losers. And then like FTR. And now you've got the Hardy Boys on top of it.
Death Triangle.
I don't really see them, or the House of Black making a move necessarily in the tag division. That's almost like trios faction warfare, you know. I think whereas some of the other ones have more natural tag teams in them. But you can't discount them.
No.
Gun Club,
you know,
Varsity Blondes,
the Best Friends, you know, that is like just. Their tag division is so deep, we're forgetting good teams. You know, it's, you know, so yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's one of the, like, you would think that one of the things WWE used to do, and it was actually a sound strategy, and it's not like they originated it, was if you've got too many superstars and you've got a clogged up sort of world title picture or even mid-card title picture, we'll take some of them, make them into teams. Just form some tag teams so you can add some depth to your tag. You know, AEW does that, and they're like, "Oh crap! No, wait, no, we've already got 25 teams."
Right?
They're so talent heavy because, and it's not even necessarily that they've just gone and signed everybody, but
no, it's just nice to see the art of tag team wrestling has made.
Yeah, because it's like, you know. You're going to have episodes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I talked over you, which is probably better.
I'm saying, like, it's the renaissance of tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
Like,
but, you know,
during the 90s, it was great to watch. Now it's back.
You know, in WWE, you keep hearing tweets and people complaining about how they're just sitting around catering every week. You know, whereas AEW tries, you know, has at least made the effort to limit the amount of people at catering, kind of rotate the catering people through. Like, okay, well, I spent 2 weeks of catering, but then I got on TV for 2 weeks, and then the next guy's like, yeah, then I was on TV for 2. You know, so they're trying to move their guys through a little bit better. And it's nice to see, because you'll see like, wait, I forgot he was even still here, you know, and you know, on WWE when somebody gets rolled out from catering to like, you know, get squashed or something like that, or be 24/7 champ. Whereas like AEW, you don't forget. You're like, I haven't seen that guy in a couple of weeks, but you don't forget they work there. Like, you know, we thought Bo Dallas got released 2 years before he got released. You know.
Oh, going back to him talking about Danielson and Mox, how do you feel about how, I don't like, obviously Regal's not the GM, you know, but I'm going to say like authoritative stance that Regal put out. You know, if you don't step up, you're going to get stepped on. We got the perfect wrestler here, and we basically got the perfect brawler here. I don't know, like I dug that viciousness from Regal, and I hope that's something that they can capitalize on and really put on and, you know, really build up.
I think it was one of the best promos from a guy that's been around the business for a long time. I think it was one of the best promos that he could give him the mic for the first time, let him talk. I think he was, and yes, he won over and it was very noticeable, but that man deserves it.
And then he goes on Twitter and apologizes to everyone.
Yeah, classy.
Like, classy. I was like, how did they let this guy go?
Well, the whole thing
Triple H is showing up there next.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know. He loves him some Regal.
Well, everybody loves Regal. I mean, you could see the respect thing, and you know that's what made it so fun and
absolutely
being genuinely happy for the guy.
Yeah, and you know what? In all honesty, he deserves it.
And I love that he thanked Shivani.
I love the tears in his eyes when he thanks Shivani.
Yeah, like that was nice.
I just can't wait till we get, because what you guys, I mean, you consider as of right now anyway. I guess just that popular. Would you consider Danielson and Mox faces or heels?
Faces.
Give it time. They're tweeners right now.
Initially, but I feel like it leans more face. So, you know, maybe in another, I don't know, month or two, you know, we can face the new, what is it? The Association of Jericho. And maybe
the Jericho Appreciation Society. And
maybe Jericho will take a piss in William Regal's tea again. You know, we can revisit that down the road.
I kind of hope that they play face, because I maybe I'm in the minority here, but I think Daniel Bryan's better face than heel. Not that I think he's particularly bad at either. Sorry, Bryan Danielson. But
I didn't know the other guy you were talking about.
Yeah, Daniel Bryanson. But the
Daniel Danielson.
Yeah. Brian Brooks. Phil Moxley. Steven Regal.
I like Danielson, heel Danielson, when he's going for a title like that avenue. But at this point, if he walked away, he's a Hall of Famer. There's no question about it.
Oh yeah.
An AEW Hall of Famer?
Both.
Oh, you're full of shit.
He'll be the first inductee into the AEW Hall of Fame.
Yep. But no, I mean,
zero titles won.
I don't think. I think with the amount that fans love Regal right now, I think they're going to be a face group, because, again, it goes back to the same thing. AEW loves their fans as much as they love wrestling, and they know the fans and the feel, because they find people that say bad stuff about Regal. You're not, because everybody
correlate to like the respect thing with Regal, you know, and how you said about AEW and their fans being so rabid, and you know they cherish their product, this and that. Like, honestly, to me, AEW fans are just, to me, reminiscent of NXT Black and Gold fans. Like, the NXT fan base for so long was so rabid. It was the best fan base, it was the best thing on TV. And, COVID really killed that. It really did. That hurt hard. But to me, it's reminiscent of that. So, like, you have your diehards and stuff, and then so Regal coming from that. And, obviously NXT was the, the wrestling show for so long. So I feel like it correlates a little bit to that as well.
Well, and a lot of that too is like we talked about before, like the rabid fans.
Yeah.
Again, you're not going to find anybody that has anything bad to say about Regal.
No.
I mean, listen, he came here with one of the worst freaking gimmicks. Like, I hated that Blue Bloods gimmick. Him and Dave Taylor. Or was that who it was? Yeah, it was Dave.
That sounds right, yeah.
Drop the Blue Bloods. Like, it was a terrible gimmick. I get why they gave it to him, because he's the Lord. I understand that. Lord Steven Regal. But even back when he wrestled in WCW, television title, the matches he had against Benoit, matches he had against how many other people? The dude's solid. And he's one of the best known scouts in the business now.
Yeah. Well, like his t-shirt says, baby, original British strong style.
Yeah.
Strong style before it was cool.
You're going to lose a pet.
Hey, so just a quick, we got a little bit of time here, but, fuck it, throw a little quick thing in here. Speaking of NXT, what about Ziggler, NXT champion? How do you feel about that? I don't hate it. I don't.
I hated it for one reason. If this is how you're bringing Braun Breaker up to the main roster, I don't like it.
I don't think it is. I don't think.
I think they realize that it's too soon. Even though he looked really good on Raw, like he looked.
Yeah, but
but he's the face of 2.0. There's no way he's coming up this early. Maybe could they give him a Mania match? Absolutely, but nothing. Not a permanent spot on Raw. No way he's coming up this soon.
Where have you been the last 15 years when it comes to WWE? Are you freaking kidding me? You really don't think him up?
When was the last time WWE completely rebranded a show and put the guy as the face of their show within, 3 months, 4 months, they're going to call him up? Not even,
Vince controls all of them.
And
you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Because you know what's going to happen? Roman's winning all the titles. Brock's going to go home for a while. And Braun's coming up because they're going to say, here, we need a new guy. Because they realize that literally, like we've said 1,000 times before, you have talent that has been there for 15 years that's getting stale. They had nobody new. Riddle might be the only guy that's genuinely new that's getting decent work. Like Braun Breaker, I guarantee you he will be on the main roster before SummerSlam. I guarantee it.
See it. I'm telling you, I don't see it, man.
I guarantee it. I
just think this is another build for Stand and Deliver, to give it a little more spice.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be. But I'm telling you,
you did say
SummerSlam.
You did say about guys getting stale, and I will say Dolph Ziggler obviously falls into that category.
No.
He still puts on decent matches. He does, and he does the job. He makes we still admit Dolph makes everybody looks good. He steps in the ring with. But so that's what kind of made it a cool little refresh thing, because you almost felt like they were going to do this with AJ Styles, a couple months ago, where maybe let him run with something here. But I don't know. I dig it. Like I don't hate it. I don't hate Dolph winning the belt.
When it comes to Dolph, it has always been and will always be stupid decisions by bad creative. Because that dude has the superstar quality. And yeah, I get it. Oh, we can't have another Shawn Michaels. No, he's the show off. Find a match where that guy doesn't look like $1 million.
So, I mean, I'm going to steal something here, and because I think it was Bully Ray that said this, and he said it's a death in professional wrestling as if you're labeled a good hand, and that's kind of what Dolph Ziggler falls in that category. You could put him into any situation against any wrestler, tag teams, triple threats, any special quad, and he's going to make somebody look like $1 million. But because he's that good hand, he never gets to rub on his own because he makes everybody else look good. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I mean, he's not wrong, but at the same time, this goes back to our previous employer. Our previous employer doesn't appreciate good quality work.
APT Wrestling Society?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. No, but it's the same thing. It's quality guys that are busting their ass day in, day out and putting on solid matches, and they're not getting anything out of it. But if he goes to AEW, which I don't want to see, not at all, but if he goes to AEW, he's going to be a world champion over there. Why? Because you can't deny the guy's amazing in the ring. You can't deny Mike. He's amazing. He's got the look. He's got the image. He's got the drive. He's a guy that you literally, to be honest with you, I don't care if they keep the title on him for the next 6 months. I don't care. I don't care. Make those guys look better.
When you said that about how he looks like a champ and this and that, and that's another point I want to make. When they were going off of NXT, Ziggler and Rude are standing there and he goes, "This is what champions look like." And that's another one, man. Bob Roode looks amazing. For not doing a lot, he looks incredible. He's taking absolute care of himself. Like Bobby Roode he's another one of those missed opportunity guys where like he came from
perfect.
Back in TNA, man, when he was that Bound for Glory run, when he was going for his first world title and winning Bound for Glory and shit, that was fucking captivating, man. And then, like, even when he was in NXT doing the glorious shtick and this and that, like, it was amazing. But, like, it's good to see him, too, along with Ziggler, get a spot. Because Bobby Roode, man, like, the dude's – he's another one. He's just fucking incredible. He looks amazing. He looks like $1 million. But when he said that this is what champions look like, I was like, you're 100% right. You are 100% right.
Okay, we got a call there. You got the final word. That's gonna do it for us for this week. So see you next week. We're actually gonna try to debate an actual topic. Okay, go ahead.
Oh jeez, I was gonna say, well, it wasn't that good, but no, the thing with The Walking Dead is me and my dad watched that shit when it debuted, season 1, episode 1, and like that. Our Sunday night thing, because Sundays, like I always go to my dad's, and then every now and then on Sundays I replace that by going to my papa's, but for pay-per-views. But we would watch that shit nonstop, man. And now it's like I haven't watched like the last 3 or 4 seasons. And I saw a commercial the other day, like there's fucking stormtroopers now. Like, what is?
I don't know. You know what? Star Wars made a lot of money. We stopped watching. Because we watch religiously because season 1 was one of the best seasons of television ever.
It was brilliant. Like all of it was so much fun, and then it just recycled bullshit.
Yeah, we stopped watching after because I had read the comics up to a certain point.
Yeah,
and as much as I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I think he's great in everything. He's one of those guys that makes a bad movie watchable. Like he was in The Losers, which I don't think is a bad movie, but it's not like a great movie. But him and Idris Elba just elevate.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
And it was before like them, like Idris Elba and them was like a megastar.
No, yeah, none of them were really famous. They were just kind of known. But so this is no disrespect to Jeffrey D. Morgan, but I saw what they were doing with Negan's character after after the first season he was on, and I was just like, I just wasn't feeling it. And it just got boring for me.
Like, what weren't you feeling? Like his the sense of
just
Start getting
Yeah,
sent
just
like after he got caught. Or
no, I didn't even make it to. Well, yeah, no, I did get to him getting caught because that was when because when he got caught, didn't what's his name?
Carl.
The dude with the stick, dude with the bow staff.
Yeah, who the fuck is that now? God damn it.
I can't think of his name, but like he got like they had him locked in one of the basement or something in one of the houses in Alexandria. And there was an episode where he kind of confronted him about something. And it was shortly after that I was just like, I guess they went on their mid-season break and I just never came back. I was just like, I'm done. Like
who
who
was the bow staff guy? Was he related to somebody?
No, well, I mean, he was
he was
the dude, he was the dude
Rick
that helped Rick out.
And in the beginning.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I just kind of got done. I knew Rick was leaving. They killed off Carl. Spoilers. And all that, and I was just like, oh, I'm done.
I didn't know they killed off Carl.
Oh yeah, he got bit.